What's up YouTube, Honeybee here bringing you a new Mortal Kombat 11 video. It turns out that Game Informer just released a Cetrion gameplay breakdown video today, the same day that Kombat Cast is actually happening. And for those of you that don't know, Noob Saibot is confirmed to be on Kombat Cast, but there's also going to be 2 additional characters. And on Twitter, Tyler Lansdowne confirmed that out of Devora, Aaron Black, and Cetrion, one of these characters will be on Kombat Cast later today. Game Informer just released a Cetrion breakdown video. Does that mean Devora could be today on Kombat Cast? I don't know, but let's look at the Cetrion gameplay breakdown. Alright, so we are here on the Game Informer website. They have an exclusive breakdown of Cetrion's moves in Mortal Kombat 11. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, this is Surreal with Game Informer, and I'm here with Steve Brownback. You might know him as 16-Bit. We are here to show off Cetrion, basically give you guys a quick rundown of her entire moveset. Steve, what do you think is sort of like the highlight for Cetrion here?
Cetrion is the elder god of nature and life, kind of the opposite of Shinnok, who is the elder god of death. The first thing to go over would be a lot of her normal attacks have really cool effects. Like this is just her sweep, and she's literally summoning.
I was right about that.
Wow.
That was her sweep.
This is like her jab string, where you can literally
cool.
see she's, spinning around on fire, and the follow-up is a meteor comes from the sky.
Oh, that one crushing blows.
Really cool.
Her jump attacks are huge. Her throws, she always summons stuff.
Okay. Is the back throw different?
This is the forward throw.
Okay.
Yeah, every character has a different back and forward throw.
Okay.
So pretty much in all aspects, she uses her powers and literally bops you over the head with a rock for her overhead.
Nice.
The main game plan, I would say, is pretty much keeping you out. I would call her one of the premier keep out characters in the game.
Okay.
And it's through
So she's
strategic,
all about
stuff.
that zoning.
She's not just simply throw fireballs.
Okay.
So, like for example, her core projectile
Zoning,
is
spacing.
this cool beam where she
It's
can
all
do it
about,
in the
this
air
is
or
this
the
is
ground.
Dragon's character right here.
And she can actually do a close version, a medium, and a far, and the amplified.
So those are
is a
mids.
double one.
For a second, I was wondering if those were like lows, which
So
would
you
have
can
been
see
kind of crazy.
it has some startup. Like it's not instant, but it controls this mid-range really, really well. Another one is this boulder toss, where she throws this boulder across the ground. And
Okay, so that's a mid. I was thinking that could have been a low,
again, with a lot of startup.
but yeah, it's
so
a mid.
She's not going to do spamming projectiles. She has to like kind of decide when she's going to go in and do the moves, but they're really, really strong.
So teleports can beat
Those
that,
knock down.
Absolutely.
Having a
Or you
projectile
can
that
jump
knocks
over
an
it, which
opponent
leads to
down
the
is
third
always
move,
a strong thing
which
to
is
have.
an anti-air one.
Okay.
You can see
Anti-air one.
it actually has a crushing blow.
Oh,
It does a boatload of damage if they happen to be jumping into it.
Okay. Can it hit you outside of the air in any way?
It won't.
To be able to land that crushing blow, I don't think it will
So
be that
these
hard.
two moves kind of complement each other. She has this one on the ground. You can almost think of it like a high or air fireball with a lot of startup, but they do a lot of damage.
Right.
Another one of her core moves is her vine grab. And this will actually hit the opponent anywhere. It tracks to where they are. It's a low.
It tracks?
An amplified one can set up for a combo.
That's kind of crazy. That must be super unsafe.
I like to go into some of these.
I would like to believe.
So yeah, just to give us the highlights of like what are her most useful strings, you think?
I think this is 4, 2, 3, 4, and it has a lot of range. It's kind of her go-to mid-range. You can see it ends in an overhead. So one of my favorite tricks that catches everybody is instead of finishing it, I go for the low. And they can interrupt that, but if they start interrupting that, you go ahead and just finish the string. Another one I like to do is her back 3-2, which is a low with a ton of range. She does not have a great overhead. She kind of has to do her generic overhead where she does a combo, but this is a low because, really good range, like it's really fast. Another one of her core normals is her forward 1, 3-2. It's very, very quick. And then 1-1-3 is awesome because, 1-1-4, because this is actually, I completely lied. 2-1-3 is line there. This one is a crushing blow. If it happens to punish or counter, like you do a move that's too slow and I interrupt it, she actually gets a huge crushing blow. The rock will bop him on the head and she gets mega damage. Yeah. Bop. And then she gets a pop-up.
Oh, that's good.
So a lot of times with crushing blows, you get additional damage or dot damage. This one, she actually gets a combo opportunity.
Okay. So let's go into some of her variations. What do you think? How much can she change depending on sort of your customizations and some of the variations?
Her
I want to see more of
customizations
that move.
really amplify. She has buff moves that actually help her, and she has a lot of keep out tactics that are like, they complement her special moves. Like in this loadout, I gave her ground pound. It's a double hitting ground pound. It can hit from full screen. So that complements her rock move. She can do these rock moves. She can do the vine, and the opponent's not going to want to jump because of the anti-air rock. They're going to want to kind of walk their way in or do their teleports, and she can catch you with her low ground pound. I also gave her H2O teleport. It's kind of similar to Raiden's teleport. She can go close or behind you. And this would be good in a matchup where her zoning is not very effective. Like maybe Liu Kang's using his low fireball and straight fireball very effectively, and she actually has to be the one to get in instead of keeping you out. She can teleport to close the distance really fast.
Is that punishable if you can predict it?
Yes. If you wait, she has a lot of recovery. You can see I'm blocking.
Okay.
It's pretty fast though. You're definitely gonna have to, kind of similar to Raiden, you're gonna have to know that she's gonna do it.
Right. Any other interesting sort of variations you can build with her that maybe you're not showing off here?
I also gave her Deadly Wind, which is this really fast, kind of traditional projectile, which if you notice, she normally doesn't have in her loadout. Her projectiles are like the Hellfire.
High or low, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So this is kind of a traditional one, and she amplifies it, actually goes full screen.
That's kind of crazy looking.
You can see it doesn't do huge damage, it doesn't set up for a combo, it's more of like a check.
Okay.
It's kind of slow though.
Another one I gave her is one of her buffs. She actually has 4 different buffs she can use, which I'll show you. So this one is Ring of Fire, which if the opponent's in it, they're going to take dot damage as long as they're in it. You can see it actually is pretty big. So this would be one where if you're playing more up close, you can have that on, and anything she's doing, they're going to take that dot damage. So like if she goes for a throw, they're still going to need to take it.
Does that also deal damage on knockdown?
If they're in it, yeah.
Okay.
I also forgot one of her core special moves.
Okay.
My apologies.
Yes.
She has this wall barrier, and the cool thing about this is it absorbs projectiles.
That's kind of like Green Lantern's wall.
Absorb it.
It's like it works the same way.
And I got the crushing blow for absorbing it.
Yeah, Green
So while her
Lantern's wall that
zoning
he
is
has in
really
Injustice too. It's kind of the same
It's
thing.
going to be hard for them to counter zone back because of this. So
You can amplify
this kind
it
of sets
and
up
then it
everything.
becomes
Actually,
intact.
this is going to limit the projectiles that they can throw, and that's going to open up all of her slower projectiles that take a while to get out.
Okay.
So I gave her one more loadout that has a really powerful buff if she chooses to use it. So this one is her Vapor, and while she's in the water, she can actually block combos.
What?
For example,
Like, okay.
Like Aquaman.
normally this is a combo. If I get hit, I can't do anything. With this on, oops, 1 second. While it's on, even if I get hit, I can actually block the rest of it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
So
she
you'll
literally
take the first
So
hit,
she just
but
gets
then
Aquaman's
straight
trait.
just block the rest of it?
She can
Yes,
summon
she
it.
can literally break the rules of Mortal
That's
Kombat
interesting.
combo system, but only if she
super
has
crazy.
the ring out.
Okay.
And this is a 2-slot move, and you only have 3
Okay.
slots, so you are you're sacrificing one of your slots, but I mean, if she's in that circle, it doesn't get better than that, literally having the ability to block combos.
Okay.
Huh.
So is there any
Very
sort of
interesting.
like detriment to not being in that field? Like there's really no reason you shouldn't be in it?
The main detriment would be if the opponent pushes you out. Like I think the counter meta of that would be Liu Kang doing the rest of the string to kind of push you out of it, or the opponent going up and throwing you because you can't block a
We
throw,
saw that
so
she actually
that would open
got
So how
hit,
easy,
and then the
like,
next
since
hit was a
you're,
flawless block.
How easy is it?
It'd be
to,
sick
like,
if you
you're
get hit and then you
attacking
can
her
flawless
and
block
you know
and, like,
you're in the
reversal
ring,
punish
like,
during that. That's kinda
how
crazy.
easy would it be to say like, well, I'm not going to do the whole combo. I'm going to transition into a throw?
That's exactly what I would do.
Okay.
Like if I was Liu Kang, I would do the first part of that kick string, fake her out, she goes to block, because she still has the block. It's not
Right.
automatic.
Okay.
Then throw her. Or you could go for like an overhead low mix-up that's only a single hitting thing.
Okay.
There could be
That's
some serious
exactly
mind
what I would
games
do.
there. Your opponent
Right.
will try to
Or
throw
you
you
could
with your
intentionally do a
Cetrion, and then
block
you just
string that's
neutral
really
duck them,
long,
and then
push her out.
down 2
Perfect.
crushing
And
blow
then you
them,
can
and
maybe
get a
set
big ass
up another
combo.
combo, basically.
Exactly.
That's kinda
But
crazy.
she's going to know you're going to want to do that. So like if she reads that you're going to do a throw, she could duck it, the throw would whiff, then she uppercuts you.
Oh.
And that means she gets a crushing blow.
He's talking
If you
about
duck a
exactly
throw,
what I just
uppercut,
said.
you get a crushing blow.
All right. Is there anything else you want to show us? Like any cool tricks you've been able to pull off?
I think the main thing about her would be you kind of go around a mid-distance, and you use your forward 2 move. The opponent's going to kind of not want to hit a button because of the speed of those normals or back 3. Then you start using this because they're going to want to go back and do projectiles, and that's going to open up the boulder game.
Right.
You mix up the ground boulder, and that's going to cover the ground. You mix up the air boulder, that's going to cover the air, and then you got it. You successfully, they're not doing projectiles, they're not doing normals, and then that's when you start using your abilities. That's when you start having your buffs on. She also has one where she creates wind, and it pushes the opponent back.
Okay. Really? That sounds pretty cool.
She doesn't sound like she's a combo heavy character, is it?
Definitely not.
Okay.
She does have some combo potential with this, but that's not really the intention for her to be a huge combo character.
Okay.
She's more of a keep you out character. And a kind of strategic.
So not a combo character. She's a keep away character.
Showing us her fatal blow?
Oh yeah, and it's a really cool. The attack, it complements everything about her because it actually hits at any point.
Is it overhead? Oh, it's a mid. Okay, so it's not an overhead.
Like the rocks will drop down from the sky wherever they happen to be.
Damn.
Yeah.
So like one of the things that I like to do is I'll be doing these slow zoning attacks. The opponent's going to want to try to do their projectiles to get back at her, and then I activate it. And since it has armor, she'll take the projectile and still
I see.
fatal blow.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. It's really cool. I like that she's sort of like a little bit of, there's a little bit of Swamp Thing in her, which I really appreciate. Would you be able to show off any of her fatalities?
Is this a new one? Oh, new fatality! Oh shit. She uses all the, oh god! His legs literally look like, what the fuck? What is that? Are those rock, like spiked rocks?
Thank you so much for showing
His legs look like chicken legs, actually.
She's going to be a character that appeals to...
Shit, that was kind of crazy.
But you want to use your brain.
Okay.
You want to kind of have to think about what projectile...
Splashes water so
fucking
fucking hard on your face that it, like...
There's nothing hard about execution.
Tears your skin off,
so it's
burns your legs into chicken legs, and then takes rocks and slices your body in half or in thirds using rocks.
This has been a look at Cetrion.
I actually was hoping that they would break down more of those, but maybe we'll still see
go ahead and read the cover story
on Kombat Cast. So that's it. Let's take another look at that fatality.
It's gonna kind of styles. Fatal blow.
Would you be able to show off any of her fatalities?
Look, the water splashes so hard on his face that the skin just rips off. That's sad. That fire is mad strong to do that. And these are just spiky rocks that just maybe infused with flames. God damn.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing her off.
Gross.
I appreciate it.
This man literally has like chicken legs. That actually looks like low-key tasty. But yeah, that's the Cetrion breakdown. So I did want to point out that Tyler Lansdowne on Twitter did mention that Devora, Aaron Black, and Cetrion will apparently all be on Kombat Cast. Not necessarily today, but I think they said they have plans of showing them all on Kombat Cast at some point, and one of these three characters will be on today. Obviously, I hope it's Devora. I've been waiting 2 months now. Literally 2 months now. Actually, it's 2 months. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if what characters are gonna be shown today alongside Noob Saibot. It's gonna be a total of 3 characters today. Make sure you guys tune in. I will be restreaming it at twitch.tv/honeybeecommander. You can definitely join me there, and we'll all watch it live together. With that said, thank you for checking out this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.